This is a small airport in Cusco, Peru. This is my first time visiting Cusco, and I'm very excited to see the city. Nice 3 colors, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Try Airbnb in Cusco, Peru. This is the Airbnb where I am staying. The decoration is so pretty with 3 different colors of chairs and lovely windows. Through the windows, I can see the landscape of the city and the mountain backdrop. I found this Airbnb through Google Maps. I saw a photo showing the city light at night reflected in the window. It was so beautiful that I decided to book this Airbnb. I was able to enjoy the beautiful city light at night. Coca leaves. Coca tea with these leaves. I felt my voice sounded weird. My voice was kind of off because it was affected by the cool weather and the higher altitude. So I drank a lot of coca leaf tea and also bought some coca candies. I ate them, hoping my voice would feel better. Okay, I'm at the view of this town, Cusco. From this higher vantage point here, I can see the entire city, especially the other side of the mountain. At the top of the mountain, there is a sign that says Viva el Peru and a big logo. Then the camera pans, filming the entire city of Cusco, very cinematic landscape. And I stay here 5 days, and I visit Machu Picchu, one of my bucket list. Early the next morning, around 4 a.m., I woke up for a meeting with the travel agency. They picked me up in their car, and it took a few hours to get to the train station. This train was going to take us to Machu Picchu, so it wasn't an easy or simple journey. So many people waiting for the train. A very interesting town with many indigenous people. They sell a lot of souvenirs and gifts featuring traditional Peruvian indigenous art and crafts. Just as the first train was about to start, there was a surprising event with an indigenous group performing.
De que su hermana estaba encerrada en un calabozo. Guíen tus pasos. Ahuyanta.
This train takes about 90 minutes to get to Machu Picchu. Inside the train, there was not only a surprising performance by indigenous people, but also beautiful views from the windows. Alongside the railroad, you could see a beautiful stream with clean water running through. It was a great time to enjoy the view from the train. Then we started walking. This was the first day of the journey with a small group of people. The travel agency had booked our travel, and the schedule for the first day was to walk all day along the Inca Ruins Trail. Our travel guide from the travel agency guided us, saying it would take at least several hours to walk through the mountains, starting from here and going to the top of the hill on the other side of Machu Picchu.
This is called Chabamba, the place where you are right now. This is basically the kilometer, or from Cusco to Machu Picchu town. That's the train track. We're gonna climb all this way up until the second Inca side. This is like 3 hours of climbing, right?
We arrived at the first Inca ruins, which were at a lower altitude on the mountain. The travel guide explained that there are 8 levels of Inca tribes, and this was probably a lower level. We saw the stone walls built by the Inca tribe, which were incredibly detailed and strong. The stonework was truly amazing. We had already walked a few hours through the Inca Trail, climbing higher and higher up the mountain. In the middle of the mountain, we saw beautiful wild orchid flowers growing freely. From above, we could see the Machu Picchu train far below, looking very small and winding like a delicate ribbon. From the middle of the mountain, we could see far below where there were 2 separate villages next to each other at a lower level. The ruins of these encircled villages were visible from our vantage point on the mountain. He explained how their plantations worked and what kinds of plants they cultivated for their living.
But the Inca site, which is on the left side, of the river, it's called Choque Sui Sui. That's a new name for that Inca site. The group of terraces, basically, it was like an agricultural place, where the people grew different kinds of plants in this area, like potatoes, definitely, corn, and some subtropical, roots as well. Have you heard about some plants called like yucca or cassava?
After a few more hours of walking toward the mountain and reaching about 1/3 of the way to the top, we arrived at the 3rd Inca ruins. This was the largest ruin we would see on today's tour so far. Once we arrived, we saw a huge Inca ruin. It was very big, slightly smaller than Machu Picchu, but still massive, with many detailed stone walls. There was a water sewage through various parts of the village, from the bottom to the top, creating a beautiful landscape. I wondered how they built these amazing stone walls with such detailed craftsmanship. The guide explained that the indigenous people helped each other. For example, if one town wanted to build, people from other villages would come to help. This cooperation is why there are so many different Inca villages in the middle of the high mountains. After we had a lunch, we walked for a little over an hour and finally arrived at the top of the mountain. From there, I could see all the way down to a very far away zigzag road that leads from the bottom to the top. This road is actually the way to reach Machu Picchu from a small village. Machu Picchu town is called Aguas Calientes. From here, we had to walk for about another hour to reach the other side of the top of the Machu Picchu ruins. That was our final destination for today's Inca Trail. Okay, after a whole day of walking long hours on the Inca Trail, we finally arrived at our destination. The other side, the top of Machu Picchu, the sightseeing site. From there, we could see the entire view of Machu Picchu and a beautiful mountain on the other side. Interestingly, that mountain is not called Machu Picchu Mountain. The mountain is actually on our side. Tonight, we are going to stay at a hotel provided by the travel agency in Machu Picchu town, Aguas Caliente. Today was the first day of the program. Tomorrow, we will actually visit inside Machu Picchu. Seeing it up close and in more detail will be even more exciting. We are very excited for the next day's travel, day 2.